Right, now, what do we got here? Okay, so you've finished passing in there. 39 to go. We'll put you in there. We might not actually need that much. Why do I have coal on me? Oh, because I was doing coal stuff. You don't have anything. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Oh well. That's fine. We'll just have to wait. It'll take a while for you to do all of those. You were Somas looped, weren't you? Yeah. Once you're finished, we can pull that out. So that'll be handy. Good to have you finished. How much longer will you take? Each one takes a minute? Because we're overclocked? Okay. So it's 38 minutes then. Alright. Near the end of the episode, I need to remember to come back and tidy that up. I needed to finish connecting this up, I believe, didn't I? But then we do have another pathway, because I didn't have enough to do all of the entrances. Bonk. Just break our face on that. Entrance and entrance. Good. Now we can connect up. Connect it up between the bases now. And I did the same thing over here. The targeting can be really annoying sometimes between these. Oh yeah, I have the alien power augmented too now, don't I? I haven't even tried that. I need 9 more Somas loops to make that happen, that's why. Power based on the total amount of power on the attached power grid. Huh. I mean, I'm intrigued. If I can find 9 more Somas loops somehow, or free them up, then that could be useful. Well, while we're here, let's take a little diversion in order to check up on how our turbo fuel is going, and possibly to rethink how I've put some of it together. Got so slow up this section. But then it speeds up on the downhill. So we have this simply because we were going to have the residual fuel from the plastic production, because we wanted to make some plastic, right? So that's why we have the residual fuel. But we could be refining that into just normal fuel first. But I guess that would be 2 separate things, wouldn't it? But instead of this being passed into... I guess, yeah, we're going to need extra regardless. Yeah, instead of this passing heavy residue into that and just wasting this rubber, it's not being used for anything. It's all going to waste. Then, and even this, like, we could reduce this and make it so it's only 10 per minute. So it's a minuscule amount of turbo fuel being produced from that. But maybe that's just enough for the packager instead. But then have this one... This could just be pure fuel, right? Couldn't it? Oh, then it produces the polymer resin. So either way... Because the polymer resin would be a way that we can make the plastic, right? Oh, then we need water. Which is gross. Because we'd have to pipe that up from down there, which is up quite high. So maybe this was just fine then. I mean, I could have run the oil down to the lake level instead. There is a couple of other deposits down at this level. There's one right here, in fact. Then we just have the polymer resin that can just go straight into the sink. Either way, something is going into the sink. There's no real net, and this is a thing that bothers me a little bit, is the fact that there doesn't seem to be a net null for any of this stuff. The closest you've got is turning the residue into petroleum coke to use that for power. But you can't make just fuel without having a byproduct. Oh, also, yeah, you're pure, so you're still only half capacity, right? So if we have a fuel refinery down here somewhere, We've given ourselves plenty of room there. And then we can have this rerouted. So we can have a merger at this point here. And then belt Mark 3, sure, why not? There, and then Mark 1 from there to there. There we go. Now get rid of that. And then we can just have you going around like that, but no, we have you going up. So we want you producing just fuel. And it uses 60. We actually have 120 available. So then we would have another refinery to turn that fuel into... Actually, let's select that. It's a turbo fuel. That will be 22.5. Okay. Right. But if we have it being fuel, it makes 40? That's really awkward. Okay. So 22.5. So this would be like 30... Be 36. So still not 40. So 32? No. 33.33, isn't it? Yeah. That's gross. So we could partially overclock it. If this was fully overclocked, what does that become? 56.25 to 46. Ugh. Disgusting numbers. What about 45? What does that do to the numbers? 54 fuel coming in, that's nicer. Still only 36 compacted coal. Right, so that's what you would be doing. You'd be using a lot of power to do that, but 45 turbo fuel is 3 partially over or double overclocked fuel power plants. So that's 750, no, 1500 megawatts. So that's kind of worth it then. Alright, you've convinced me. Where would I put them? Over here, probably. Have that coming out like that. Have another refinery here with the inputs over that side. Because we need to have the... In fact, we can put it right over here and we can actually get rid of the... We can get rid of these. And let's just put a junction. Until we get the square, like... variant, we just do junctions. Do that. What's the polymerism production? Oh, this is... Wait. Oh, I'm an idiot. First we need to make the fuel. And what was it? Sorry, it'll be 54 fuel coming in. Right, so if we do fuel, there we go. We don't want 96, we only want 54. There we go. It'll be 40.5 resin coming out. 81 crude oil going in. Weird numbers, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Alright. Crucial point is that is fine being in level 1. You need to come up into here somehow. So 120 plus 81. 201. Oh, still not full. Okay. I guess maybe we just put you at full now instead, and we need to have a buffer. Let's just rearrange all of this real quick. And have junction at this point here. We have you, horizontal to vertical, going in there, 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 and then there. And it goes underneath this one. That looks ugly as all hell. But it is what it is. I don't care. I'm not using that input anyway. You need to then have compacted coal coming in. It's only at a rate of 36, which is not much. Where are you going to come in from? Over here. Where would you split from? Probably here. Splitter. Of course you're on an angle. That's ugly, but it doesn't surprise me. Let's do that. And let's do that. Let's do that. 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 Lifter facing this direction. It's a little bit ugly. We're clipping through a bunch of stuff, I think. Lock hologram. It's fine. Don't care enough. Cool. Now, turbo fuel. What was it I was making? I can't even remember. 45? Oh yeah, with these. 45. Nope, another one. There we go. 54, 60, 36. 54. Yep. Good. Good. Compacted coal. All of that in there. Thank you very much. And the rest is on its way, because you're going to be churning through this every 16 seconds. Fuel should be there. Let's bring you all the way down the end if we can. In fact, we're going to expand this out further anyway, aren't we? We need to have, somehow, we need to have 3 fuel power plants on here. And they need like a 2.5 or something. So maybe that'll do like that. That. So that's 1. This is going to look very sketchy. But whatever. It's in the middle of nowhere. Kind of at the point that I don't care too much now. We have finally got to that stage of playing this game. There, and then... In fact, we probably don't need to go the extra 1, right? If we nestle these right up next to each other, then, yeah, we don't need the extra 1 off the side here. And then we just have a pipeline junction at this point here. And then at this point here, stood off a little bit. So then we can go there to there, there to there, there. Oops. Nope, that's... I don't know what shape that just did, but it's not what I wanted. There to there. There we go. Into there. And then you into there. Alright. Let's fire you up. Get turbo fuel into the pipes. Bring you across here, and then you can go 1, 2, 3, but we'll wait until we've got enough fuel in the pipes first. Making 45 per minute. We're going to need some more power shards now. We've finally got to the point that we're going to need more power shards. I think I might have some in storage anyway, though, to be fair. Cool, and that'll be 1500 megawatts being fired up. Which would be quite nice to add to our capacity. Good, and then compacted coal is just coming in slowly. It's technically being split. 48. Right. We need you to be a Mark II, finally. And now you can split off and be 60 each way. Otherwise we're going to run out. And now we can fire you guys up, right? Because you're filling up. Good. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Woof. And then the polymer resin joins up with the rubber and just goes screaming off to its fate in the awesome sink. Because we don't have any other use for it right now. We should go back to base first and drop off our aluminium casings. Let's do that. Because having the radio control units is paramount. Whee! Into the trees. Yeah, that sends me a long way. That's funny. Alright, well, we want to go this way now. I should grab quartz crystals too. Come to think of it. Maybe we go back after this? No, because this takes me all the way to base, so I don't want to go all the way back again. Alright, aluminium casings. Bonk. There you go. And we're almost all out of circuit boards as well, come to think of it, because I only put in enough for the initial amount of crystal oscillators that I put in, and I've since added more. So we're going to need 1,000 or so more of those. And honestly, let's grab some more of these as well. Grab like another 50 of them. So then we're going to need at least another 500 of these. Let's just grab another 1,000, just to be sure. We can't fit 50 in yet. But we can do something like that. What's the other thing that doesn't use as much? The circuit boards. It's slowly working its way in. Okay, well let's do that, and then we'll feed in the oscillators after that. On the same conveyor belt. That should work. Almost 400? No, almost 500. Excellent. I don't have any... I do have 50 on me. Aha! That means I should now have the 500 I need to put away. And the turbo motors I see have stopped. They should also have everything that I need. And now we just need the other stuff. Bang, bang. It just gets them... Where they... Oh, 5 more turbo motors? Are you kidding me? How was I short turbo? Oh, because I've been making things using turbo motors, that's why. Darn. Okay. Rude. But not surprising. Or have I run out of something else? Nope. Nope, it's definitely these. Our personal constructor is sitting here idle. I should collect more power slugs, because I'm going to need more power shards. Unless I still have a bunch in here? No. I did have 100 in here at one point, and I am running through them. Alright. Next thing required for superposition oscillator. So we're making dark matter crystals now. We're making crystal oscillators, but slowly. Yeah, like 1 per minute, slowly. We are making LCAD sheets. This is definitely going to be a thing I can only feed in, like, a certain amount at a time. And then excited photonic matter, which only by default makes 10, 200 per minute, and it wants to use, oh no, 125 per minute, okay. It makes 125 per minute dark matter residue. I guess we're gonna be underclocking this probably anyway. Because that can then just feed back in and we're not actually needing to use the SAM. That was kind of just to get things kick-started to make the dark matter crystals in the first place. But then we're not needing as much. Okay, so 5 per minute crystal oscillators, for example. How many are we making of those? I don't think it's 5 per minute somehow. Am I wrong? It's 1 per minute. Not 5 per minute. It's 1 per minute. And we only have so many... in fact, we're out of quartz crystals. They're now all... Oh no, they're there. What's this one for? Oh, you are an extra one, so I can put more into you. That's right. Okay. Old school styles. Alright. Well, be that as it may. So I should collect more quartz crystals for a start. I should probably collect more aluminium casings just because I'm going to need them. I can put any excess off in my other container where I used to keep them. And I also need to make some excited matter, or whatever it's called. So let's head over to our quantum base again. I probably need more stuff though. Because you have the dark matter crystals coming out the back of you, so I'm surprised that doesn't kill me. We've got quite a few of those. So what is it that I use to make these? It is a quantum encoder. Okay, so now I need the quantum encoder, and it takes up a huge amount of room. Oh, and I need supercomputers and turbo motors for that. Never mind. Okay, supercomputers is not going to be a problem. Turbo motors might. Because I shouldn't have put all of them away. Let's grab out a stack full of this on my way. So supercomputers have been just ticking over. We've got quite a few. That's good. We can put another couple of stacks into storage. In fact, let's just put 3 stacks into storage, because why not? Turbo motors. Do I have more yet? I have 12 more. Well, that's enough for the 5. But that's kind of not the point, to be honest. Because I need 20 for that. I'm making 28, I seem to remember. Alright. And it's 2 every 40 seconds, so it'll take a little while. Oh, well, if I can't do that just yet, back to the previous plan, which is to collect some quartz crystals and more aluminium. Could almost link directly into the other one, which is handy. Quartz crystals. Thump. I think it's the first time I've ridden it this direction, actually. Just the right amount of boosts, I think, to get to where we need to be. Whee, and into the building. Alright, you've been ticking away quite nicely, that's good. Oh yeah, I was going to get some more heat sinks too, wasn't I? I was just going to grab some off the conveyor belt, because I think I needed some for something. What did I even need that for? Research? Was it for research? I can't remember now. But you know what? Oh, I'm not putting it into a container. That's fine, we'll just grab those out, it'll go idle until we get another couple in there. And then we can grab those 2 out, put that 100 in, and then put those 2 back in. Good. So cooling units we've got a bunch of. Did I leave some in storage? Yes, good. You have lots of those. Are you finished yet? Almost. I never... This isn't fast enough. So it keeps running out. That's silly of me. Ah, it would have been done by now if I hadn't made that mistake. That's really annoying. Well, never mind. Things happen. So we've only got 12 more minutes to go on that. So that's nice. Actually, we've got extra power capacity now, don't we? You know what? Let's make that less than 12 minutes, shall we? Nice. How many of you have we got? 28. It's something, because I do need them. I need a bunch for the miner Mark III, which I don't actually need anymore now, at least for now, unless I want to bump my diamond production even further, which is possible. I may want to do that. I wish I had 3 more Soma sloops so I could just double this for the sake of doubling it. Oh, we're running low on water now because of how I bumped this up. I added this without actually adding in that, I think, because we also have that coming off here. Oh no, it is only going 2 ways. 25 per minute, and then this gets the dregs, and it needs 30 per minute. Also, I could probably halve this now, to be honest. That's why this keeps stopping, because I reduced heatsink production, I think. Let's just drop that down. Because we don't need that many of them, because yeah, I halved heatsink production anyway. In order to not use as much aluminium. So that's fine. So yeah, you're going to take a little while longer, aren't you? It's now 48 seconds, but yeah. Not worth hanging around for. So let's just grab some more of those as well, and head back. This is now a shorter route back to base, I think, rather than going around the pit. This is more direct. I also take radiation damage every single time, which is annoying because it's just going to burn through filters. Never mind. Whoa, okay. That sends me flying. I should go check on my oil base too, to be honest, because... Oh no, I wasn't producing fabric anymore, that's right. I was producing plastic to feed back into the production. That's right. No, that's fine. I was just thinking it would have backed up again, but no. That's not how it works anymore. Whee! Having a power pylon at the end of one of those jumps is actually quite handy. So you can be filled up and the rest can go into this container here. And then quartz crystals can go into, well, the top one. And then it'll filter through. So that'll keep you happy. Because that's necessary. Because we need a lot of these. We have a lot of them, so that's good. Turbo motors is now finished, so that'll be everything that I need, both for my objective and also for the quantum encoder. Good. Let's drop these off on the way before I forget. And let's go... Yes, we can now build the quantum encoder. Good. And in fact, we can pick up some more trigons there, so that we don't burn through everything that we have in our inventory. Because it uses... Oh, it only uses 100. Never mind. That's fine. So you're going to go over here. And I'm not sure how it's going to fit. So we have stuff going in that side and then out this side. Well, I can just put you over the... I'm not going to use this limestone. If I really need more limestone at any point, I have other ways of making that happen. And then we can have the dark matter that comes off the back feed into the buffer again. It can just go around the back and into the buffer again. So let's just stick that like that. I mean, it looks cool. All of this stuff honestly feels really silly at this point, I'll be honest. But it looks cool, so well done, I guess. But it does seem a bit stupid. We could have that junction there in order to have this go around into there. It's actually clipping a little bit into the bottom, but kind of don't care. That's fine. Oh, this on the other hand is a bit problematic. Never mind. So we want it to come out a little bit first and then go across there. I really wish I had like the square thing. Let's do that. That's a bit better. It'll still clip, but doesn't matter quite so. It doesn't look quite so bad. And then we're just gonna have a container from that over here anyway, probably. Like everything, we're going to make it a double. Just do that. There we go. Okay, well, we're going to need that as well. Oh, this is where we make the synthetic power shards too. That's interesting. Power usage seems to oscillate for a bunch of these things as well, like that 0 to 2000 megawatts. This one seems to be static though. Byproduct of quantum encoding processes and alternate... Oh, that's talking about the byproduct. Yeah, so we select that. Makes 5 per minute apparently. We could try and double this, but oh no, it goes up to 2000 megawatts. Okay, well we're only doing 1 per minute anyway, right? 25 residue. How much residue are we making? 40 currently? Okay. So that's interesting. So that'll be, yeah, and then 25. So we won't need to burn through as much SAM. And we could actually tune this differently as well. That's something to consider if I was to soma sloop it. Is then we would be burning through, or we would be feeding more dark matter residue in, and eventually it would back up, presumably. It's a case of feeding this back into its own production cycle might be a mistake. Oh well. I mean, it only needs 6 dark matter crystals per minute anyway. It's the sort of thing that if it runs out, then we just fire up the SAM thing again anyway, right? Otherwise it just expects to sustain itself. If we do 1.2... Ah. If we do 1.2 again. 37.5, that's almost the 40. And then the 7.2. Okay. And then this would basically just be turned off. Or we just have that go 10. So it does not produce much at all. But that's only good so long as that's fired up. So for now, you know what? Let's keep that at the 40 that we need. This is so... yeah, weird. Because, yeah, if this is backed up, then this can't... oh, we can put valves in, can't we? Can we? I can't remember if we can. I think we can? Valve. There we go. Right. That's what goes here. Because we only want that going in that way. Okay, and then we need to work on the excited photonic matter and have 2 containers in the back. So first have this just come through around here. That's one input. Oh no, wait, is that an input? Yeah, that was these are all inputs. And then have 2 containers here. Have one there. One there. Yeah, it looks silly, but... alright, and then we'll need some excited photonic matter. We'll deal with that when I come back from my break. Right, okay, so that's what dark matter crystals look like. Interesting. Now we want another converter. Can I make another converter? Ah, I need more radio control units for that. Fine. Well, while I'm there, I can then collect some, like, oscillators and sheets as well. Because we need another converter so that we can make the excited photonic matter, and that can be fed into the processing as well. So, sheets, I think I had a stash of those down here. Yes. And then some oscillators. How many of these do we have now? A couple of hundred. We'll just give it a bunch. Do we have 50 radio control units yet? We have a lot. Okay, that's good. And that's even after the 500 that we used there. That's really good, actually. Okay, we've been... yeah. I forget that it's 1 to 6 on the oscillators. That's true. Good. What else do we need? That was the main thing that we needed. Yeah, that was the main thing that we needed. So let's head back. Because the goal essentially for this stream was to have as much of the quantum stuff as feasible set up. And also the turbo fuel was an added bonus. But also a bit of a necessary one when it comes to my power supply. But that's looking quite nice now. Until we fire this up and it uses 2000 megawatts. So then have that coming out. There'll be no inputs. That's the crazy thing, is that for whatever reason, the excited photonic matter does not have it. Threading underneath the pipe here is kind of fun. Somehow this does not require anything. And we want to seriously underclock this. Because this is only using 30. I should have put room for a buffer. Probably. Yeah, you know what? Let's deconstruct that. That all just disappears. That's one way to make things disappear. Deconstruct things. Because it can't go onto me, so a fluid just has to disappear. Organization. Fluid buffer. Let's put one of these in here. Because we might have other uses for this. Which might be why that it makes so much of it. So if we do this to start with... gases, at least we don't need to worry about, like, pumps or anything like that. Because it can only ever, like, fill the space that it occupies. So, now we put the converter in. And we'll just have it going under the power lines instead. And we can at least have it just kind of off by itself. It's now clipping awkwardly. I liked it clipping through the pipes how it was before. Right, so that's now going into a buffer at least. So it doesn't actually matter that we're producing way too much. Maybe we'll do 40. So there's a little excess of what we need. So as it gets too high pressure, it will back up. I'm surprised it doesn't need like a token SAM or something. But that's fine. Now that means that we have these. Let's swipe a few off here so we don't have to wait for it to back up. And then we power you up. Bam! And up goes the maximum consumption. Now we're idle. Yeah, because it's 2,000 for the first one. Oh, I don't know why that... Oh, because I pressed control, and that puts in everything that I have on me that's relevant, I think. And unfortunately, I can't... Oh, wait. That does partially output it. Oh, okay. It partially multiplies it. Very interesting. I should go back to my personal constructor. Actually, I can... but that's going to be awkward when it comes to this coming out, right? That was the problem. It is what it is. We could find other ways of doing... I mean, we can just, like, flush. Flushing dark matter into the atmosphere. What could possibly go wrong? Seems perfectly fine to me. Let's put those in there and those in there. And how many did it actually use? So it uses 1.2 and 10.8. Okay, so that's quite a different ratio, isn't it? Why is this taking so long to come through? Maybe we do want to just crank you up for now. You know what? Let's just do that. There we go. Do that for a bit. I can support it. Let's just get plenty of gas in the line so that this can start going. So up to 303 when it's cycling that low. So what does it look like? The animations are cool, that's for sure. Someone had a lot of fun doing the animations. It's a very noisy part of the world now, that's for sure. Alright, now let's drop this down to 40 again. So it's still more than what we need. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep it happy. And we need one of those to open a rec. And that I've kind of been waiting for that, to be honest. There we go, there's our first one. Let's just grab that.